Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm James,
I'm Jaja.
and it's just us two. Boys' night. Shannon is getting a shout out of shame. She told us ahead of time, but we still gonna shame her just because she's been shaming us lately. So, Shannon, shame on you. Actually, we should shame her because she could have gotten an earlier flight and been home. So, really, yeah, she deserves the shame.
Mm-hmm.
How things going with you though, Jaja? What you been up to? That's nerdy.
I'm here. A lot of gaming stuff. You'd be happy to hear that I finished solo leveling.
Nice.
So
So you
I
get the hype
enjoyed
now.
the
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you probably
yeah.
been got the hype.
And I was like, I paused right when it started to get cracking that, the son of Ant was born and he started going crazy. So I saw that and I'm looking forward to the next season. I'm hearing like this is just the beginning, like just like the intro to the story. So
For sure.
um what else have I done? I was playing. What was I playing? Oh my God, I just drew a blank just now. Oh, Expedition 33. I've been playing that.
Nice.
So that's mainly what I've been doing.
I need to get back to that. You been watching anything?
Nah, I'm trying. I know a new episode of To Be a Hero X came out. I'm trying not to watch that. I'm trying to catch it on like third episode, watch it three at a time, something like that.
Gotcha.
Um,
Watching in clusters.
yeah, and I don't. You weren't here the week. I told Shannon I finished Daima, so that was dope.
Oh yeah, I did hear you talking about that. Yeah.
And yeah, I've been pretty much just watching all this gaming news. So
It's been a lot of it.
investigating the new stuff that came out, that we got to hear about this week. The Xbox showcase, mainly what I'm talking about. So
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that later. Let's see what I've been up to. Watching Apothecary Diaries. I've been watching. Well, I mean, I only had one episode to watch, but the season's just about wrapped up, so I'm still enjoying that. Reading still Dr. Stone, One Piece. I'm behind on Kaiju number 8 and Chainsaw Man, so I need to go ahead and get caught up on those. Um, Actually, I'll watch Vigilantes too, My Hero Vigilantes. Gaming wise, still been on Rivals. Making my way through God of War Ragnarok. This game is absolutely cooking. I was on it earlier today, and then as soon as we finish recording, I'll probably get back on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week I'm done with it. So yeah, that game is fire. And also I played the Yasuke demo. Did you get to play that? I know you
yeah,
said you had downloaded. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, I played it.
Yeah, that game is fire. So I played it first on controller. It's on Steam on PC. So if anyone's listening and wants to check it out, if you have a Steam account or a PC or a gaming handheld, definitely check it out. So I played on controller first, and it kind of was a little bit, I don't want to say janky, but you can tell it wasn't optimized for a controller just yet. But when I tried on mouse and keyboard, I'm a total rookie to mouse and keyboard, but it felt way better on mouse and keyboard actually.
Mm.
And I'm not even a mouse and keyboard player, so I think they probably designed it with mouse and keyboard in mind first, and then probably they'll probably perfect the controller experience later on. But I mean it's also pre-alpha too, so it's still definitely in the making. But I mean, as far as what they let you do so far, I really like it. The music is pretty cool. Animation looks good. The fighting styles are dope. So I definitely can't wait for the full game of this to come
Yeah,
out. So how'd you enjoy it?
I guess I should try it with the mouse and keyboard and see what you're talking about because I know what you're talking about with the controller.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
like something just
but
felt
yeah,
off. But it wasn't like horrible. It was like, all right, something's not right here. But then I was like, let me try mouse and keyboard real quick. But then yeah, on mouse and keyboard, I was like, man, this game is gonna be great.
yeah, I kind of just assumed it was pre-alpha type of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's
So I
still
was like,
like kinks and stuff to work out, but I mean, we got to
mhm,
take it with a grain of salt that it's a pre-alpha. But yeah, no, try it on mouse and keyboard. You'll probably feel a little bit of a difference.
gotcha. What
And
else?
I think that's pretty much it for me. Yeah, nothing else on my list here.
Gotcha.
Let's get into some news items. So anime manga. Did you hear about Disney drop a new look at their original anime?
Yeah, man, they are supposedly coming out with an anime called Dragon Striker. So I'm kind of interested in this. It's supposed to be 22 episodes. Um, and they have a plan to do 15 seasons. So
Good
that
gracious.
kind of makes me a little bit nervous that they thinking about this as a 15th season thing. So but yeah, it sounds pretty cool. It's supposed to be inspired by One Piece and My Hero Academia. Um, what is it about? Oh, it's the musical score is going to be done by the people who did Made in Abyss. So, it's got some people behind it that are recognized already. Um, let's see. It looks
It's
like it's
interesting
going to
that
be
it's
a
a
it's a
sport
tie.
one.
Yeah. So it's going to be take place in the fantastical world of Cal Astaroth, where a no holds bar version of a five-a-side soccer isn't just a game. So but a high stakes spectacle powered by mystical forces. So that kind of sounds like some magic's going to be involved with soccer type of thing. So we'll see. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, definitely give it a checking out. It sounds like they drew some inspiration from Blue Lock too with this striker stuff. Well, soccer striker, football striker rather. But yeah, we'll stay tuned to that. They didn't really give like a hard release date, but I'm sure news will be coming out as they get
I'm
updates.
not bad if my reading is still sounding funny. I'm still healing from my injury. So
Gotcha. Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League, DC movie is getting a streaming release date on Max.
yeah, so I remember hearing about this movie a while ago, and I couldn't find a way to watch it. So I'm definitely gonna check this out. I'm a DC animated thing fan, especially if you're
Man,
doing Yakuza. So
yeah, love the DC animated stuff. This animation style is interesting to me though. It looks like 3D animation, kind of. Oh, also To Be Hero X, is that multiple animation styles? So when I looked it up, I seen it looked like a few different shows. I was like, which one is the right one? Okay, so it's multiple.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, I'll probably start that this week.
yeah. Like I don't want to give away too much, but it seems like they're giving stories for different heroes to fight in a tournament. And each story is like has been a different animation style so far. So
Oh, that's
it's
pretty
pretty
tough,
cool.
actually. Yeah,
I
I'm
think the
definitely
first
gonna check
couple
that out.
episodes have been compared to Arcane, that animation
Mhm.
style, and so you'll see. It's pretty dope.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out this week. But yeah, Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League is coming July 3rd to Max. So any big
Yeah, and
DC fans or Batman fans,
this is not a part of the James Gunn's DCU. This is just something that's been slept on. A lot of people apparently haven't seen this one, so it should be dropping on HBO Max because I don't know if you heard they're changing their name back to HBO
yeah,
Max. So yeah, I'm looking
that's
forward to
crazy.
this.
People probably sit in meetings for weeks and months deciding what they're gonna do about the name, all just to change it back. That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
and we talked
Max,
about it.
HBO Max,
They should have never dropped it. HBO is like an iconic like movie brand. Like, why would you
yeah,
drop them HBO?
who knows? Let's see. We also got some other DC news. So, DC Universe has a new mysterious Wonder Woman. Is this in the
Yeah, so
comics? Oh yeah, DC Comics.
James Gunn has been doing some interviews, and they pretty much confirmed that they're working on a new Wonder Woman film. It's she's gonna get her own solo film, and it's not gonna be Gal Gadot, who played the last one, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, Gal Gadot.
So,
Gotcha. So that
so yeah,
means
not
probably. Oh yeah, it says no Wonder Woman 3. Um, it was canceled in December 2022. That was quite a while ago. Not that I was checking for it, but I
yeah. He
did
said
hear it was
it's
pretty
still
bad.
in.
Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Wonder Woman. I do want to check them out just to have some type of reference to see
Yeah,
how much
familiarity with
better
the
his is
character.
going to be. And yeah, it's in early development. The script is being worked on, but he didn't reveal who's attached to writing the script. So we will find out more details in the coming. So
Gotcha. Wonder Woman fans, rejoice. You might got something on the horizon then. Let's see. Let's get to some box office stuff. So Superman and Fantastic Four, it looks like they have box office projections. And it's saying they're both going to be pretty massive with a range of 140 to 185 million for Superman, and then it's saying Fantastic Four 125 to 155 million. So it's looking like Superman's going to be on track to rake in more, at least as far as projections go. We don't know once word of mouth hits the streets, because you know how like even Sinners, like once word of mouth hit, everybody went to go see it. So I guess it might be one of those things where maybe Fantastic Four will get a push from word of mouth, but I I can't say
I
which one I'm
I
more
I
excited
think
for.
I think I think it might be the opposite because we've seen the word of mouth thing with Thunderbolts, even though Thunderbolts is that name doesn't have enough oomph as these two names. But I think Superman and Fantastic Four are the name alone. It's like Spider-Man. Everyone's gonna go see a Spider-Man movie. I
Yeah,
think we've been waiting for a good Superman and Fantastic. We haven't really got Fantastic Four done. I mean, we had it done, but it's not like hitting like this.
yeah.
So I think these two movies are gonna do extremely well. I'm calling it from right now. Like whatever the projections are, the projections are. I think this is gonna be one of those movies that everybody, it's summertime movies. Families are, kids are home from school. I think this is gonna be both of these are gonna smash.
Sure, yeah. And the new Superman trailer dropped. I didn't watch this one because I didn't want to get into a situation of where like, all right, I seen the trailer, but I seen pretty much the whole movie. So I've been avoiding that trailer to hopefully have some surprises still in theater when I go watch it. So I do plan to watch both for sure. Um, but yeah, as far as if I'm more excited for one or the other, not really able to tell right now. I do enjoy Fantastic Four mainly because of Marvel Rivals, so that's what's been keeping me in loop with the Fantastic Four. I don't really read any Fantastic Four comics or anything like that, nor Superman actually. But I mean, Superman I do tend to enjoy when I go see it. You got one that you're more excited for, or are you kind of looking forward to both?
Honestly, not yeah. I'm looking forward to both equally.
Gotcha. Wait, what are the
They're
release
they're
dates
both
on
giving
these?
giving off yeah, they're both giving off the vibes that I need from both of these franchises. Like so.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Superman. I know people have mixed feelings on if Superman movies are good or not, but I tend to enjoy them. Fantastic Four, that's a whole different story. People call it a cursed property. Namely Shannon, she calls it a cursed property almost every time we even bring it up. But I mean, they've tried different iterations, so maybe this iteration will be amongst the better ones. Whether or not that's a high bar, that I mean, we'll let you guys decide. We won't put our opinions on that one. Let's see. Sticking it in the MCU, Ghost Rider. We got some news. Ghost Rider may be making his debut in the MCU. So it's about to close off the multiverse saga and extend into phase 7 and beyond. It's crazy to think that we're in phase what, 7?
Uh-huh.
We're still waiting to hear more about other things. So like Black
And
Panther
yeah,
3, Doctor Strange 3, still waiting to hear. But yeah, look like we're getting some Ghost Rider teases.
yeah, and it's funny you said we're in phase seven. They're trying to find ways to keep it exciting and invigorating, and it seems like they're having a hard time with it. But Marvel Studios is reportedly putting a Midnight Suns film together, and Ghost Rider is going to lead that team. So that's pretty much all we know about the movie. We don't know any of the other team members. It's just so far we got Ghost Rider. It could be Blade. It could be Moon Knight. It could be Elsa Bloodstone coming in there. So who knows? I know in the
Definitely need
Midnight
that
Sun
Blade.
game they have on the system. You got Wolverine. You got all these people in there. So
Yeah, we'll see what they give us here. I don't too much remember Ghost Rider, like the 2007 movie. I would go back and watch it, but I'm not a big rewatcher of things. But I don't remember it being like incredible. But then again, I don't remember at all.
I think
So maybe it was good and I just don't remember.
I think it was decent. It wasn't spectacular, but it was decent. I think the one with Nicolas Cage, I was the one that I remember.
Was that the 2007 one? Or wait, did it have a sequel in 2011? Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance?
I know he did one in particular. I don't know if he did two. I don't know if it had a sequel.
Gotcha. It says something about a sequel in this article. Got to do my research on that. We'll see if he comes to Marvel Rivals though. That's the research I'm gonna do actually. Marvel Rivals.
Mhm.
Let's see. Video game wise, subscription price increase. Xbox Cloud Gaming looks like it's gonna be increasing.
Yeah, I mean they found something in the web text, somebody going behind the scenes and found this reportedly inside of the Xbox Cloud service. So it looks like it's going to be an update to the website soon. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, people were scared this was going to happen again. And, with all the content coming out for Game Pass, it's to be expected. I got to make sure my Game Pass is stacked for as much as possible. I think you could do it for 2 years out. I think my subscription ends in like March 2026. So I got to make sure I add some months to it before the increase. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
I'll
make
make
sure
sure
I
you're
do
still on
that.
my family plan. Wait,
Got you.
I
Yeah,
sent
I
you an
gotta.
updated
Yeah,
one, didn't I?
Yeah, I think I still have access to the store. So
Gotcha.
definitely gonna take advantage of that. And yeah, Xbox Showcase was this week. You want to get into that, or you want
Let's
to
do
go for
it.
the PlayStation news real quick?
Yeah, let's get to the showcase.
Okay. So yeah, Xbox Showcase, happened literally as soon as we recorded this podcast last week, and it definitely lived up to the hype that I was expecting from it. We got a lot of world premieres. We got a lot of games announced. 30 in total games were talked about. So and then we got the announcement of the new hardware that they're coming out with, the ROG Xbox Ally X, which is the partnership they were doing with Asus. It's pretty much an ROG Ally with Xbox shaped handles and an Xbox button. And it's going to have a better chip. The Z2 Extreme chip is going to be in there. And yeah, no prices, no release date was announced, no prices for it, but they promoted it as you'll be able to play your entire library on this device. So it was kind of confusing while watching it live because I'm like getting excited because as you guys know, I was saying if I could bring my entire library onto the PC, including the Xbox. I was worried about Xbox One and Xbox Series S games, like making all of those available on PC natively. But a lot of people are also wanting the Xbox 360 stuff that they bought, especially
Man.
digitally. And we're not even talking about the physical stuff because I got a load of Xbox 360 digital discs. Like so, and so that was confusing at first, but now it seems like it's just going to play the PC game. So it's going to be pretty much just like the PC version of the Xbox app, the update. So, and it's going to have a completely new um, OS, you can call it, but it's like it's gonna launch into the Xbox app, but you can use different apps. Like they showed off Discord. They said you can use Steam on there, GOG, Epic Game Store. So you'll pretty much have your entire PC gaming library on one device. Who meant to, and it's a Windows based device, but they cut out a lot of the extra Windows stuff
Fluff.
that yeah. So they said they freed up about 2 gigs of RAM that can be put towards gaming or whatever you want to do. So, I'm interested to see how the emulation part of this is going to go and, and exactly how this operating system, works and the kind of things people will be able to do and to add to the system and customize it with. So I'm very excited for this. They said you could, of course, you could do a remote play from if you have an Xbox Series X or Xbox One, you can remote play those games. But I would like to see all those games come and be able to be installed natively on this device. If they could find out how to do that off rocket ship to the moon, I'm telling you, Microsoft, rocket ship to the moon. If you find out how to backwards compatibility most of your games but they did announce every single game here that is going to be played anywhere. So they will be natively be able to be played on this device. So, I'm looking at this as like a new system. You know what I mean? It's a new system. The games coming out from here on now will all be able to be played. It's going to be made for this system. It's just we're always worried about backwards compat. Well, like what's happening with my all the games that I bought. Like not if I really sit there and think about it. Well, yeah, my my digital library on the Xbox 360 is like gone. I'd have to literally plug in my 360 to play it.
It's crazy, yeah. So hopefully they do kind of get a grip on that situation. And then kind of moving forward, if you buy a game, it's just whatever platform is the, current platform you can play titles that you've purchased.
And what I think
True
is really
ownership.
cool, yeah. And what I think is really cool about most of these games that they announced, I think there was only like I'm estimating like 5 games out of the 30 that weren't gonna go to PS5. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, so when I was watching it, I was noticing, I was like, all right, most of these are coming to PlayStation. So some of the games that I was excited for, I was like, I do get still play that, either on PS5 or on my PC if I want to. So I mean, I just happen to have both Game Pass and PlayStation. So I mean, I get to have all the titles, and then anything coming to Steam if I want to pay for it, then of course. But
Do
let's
you
get
want to
into
go
some of
through
these
some of these?
titles though.
Yeah, I was gonna say what were you looking forward to like in terms of games?
So what's crazy? Actually, so last week I was mentioning how I wanted to get back into like fighting games, and then they announced this Invincible versus the Tag Fighter for Invincible. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
fighting games are on the rise, especially Tag Fighter. So the ones where you can like tag in your teammate. So this one looks like it's going to be
Three versus
3v3,
three, baby.
yeah, of all just Invincible characters. And the previously announced Marvel Tokon, that's going to be 4v4. So uh I'm definitely interested to see how these games stack up. So this one looks like it's going to be available on both platforms. Well, I mean all platforms, but the Marvel one looked like it was going to be only PC and PlayStation. So I imagine the player base for this Invincible one will probably be larger just because it caters to a larger audience. But I mean, there's no telling really. I mean, but you have the backing of Marvel, like Marvel fans. Probably there are more Marvel fans than Invincible fans, but I mean, we'll see. Not that it's a competition or anything, but I mean, of course, if you're playing a game, you want to be where the larger player base is, so you're not in lobbies surfing for games for minutes, hours. But yeah, they announced a whole lot of heat. What's some of the ones that you were looking for?
I mean, I'm looking forward to almost everything on
Almost
here.
everything, right?
Like there's some the interesting stuff. Like I don't know if you saw there are no ghosts at the Grand. That trailer came on kind of funny. It was like an old guy that was taking care of the mansion, singing Jamaican style, saying how you're gonna revamp the mansion, and then they show a little twist about how there's something that you're gonna be doing in the town, like cleaning up. Besides just cleaning up the mansion and the town, there's some mystery that you gotta make sure the town people don't find out that you're there investigating or something. It looks very interesting, like new IP. It looks really dope. Super Meat Boy 3D, yeah, we're getting a new 3D platformer for the Xbox, and it kind of gave me Astro Bot vibes. So, but it looked really, really dope. It looks really cool. I'm hoping it can, kind of, give Astro Bot a run for its money. Um, did you did you see those two?
I did.
Okay.
Um, I liked High on Life too. So I played the original. I liked it a lot. So High on Life 2, I'll most likely be checking that out. Hopefully they're all Game Pass day one. Um, Another one, Beast of Reincarnation. Um, Pretty much anything with a sword, I'm just about interested in.
You
This
you
one I
know,
think came from Game Freak, which
mhm.
between this and Pokemon, like that's a crazy contrast. So maybe we'll get open world life or different graphic style Pokemon in the future. Now that the Switch 2 is, the most powerful Nintendo system yet.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying online that Pokemon and Nintendo have been holding Game Freak back if this is the type of stuff they can do. And
Exactly.
it instantly like I'm not trying to make it a whole competition and stuff, but I was, I want to play Ghost of Yote, but I'm not gonna buy PlayStation just to play Ghost of Yote. But it's good to hear that on my side, we will have several games coming out that are in the realm of that Ghost of Yote vibe. Like you just
Right.
mentioned Beast of Reincarnation. Like I don't know how close the gameplay is gonna be to Ghost of Yote, but it just reminded me of that, style. So we got Beast of Reincarnation, Ninja Gaiden 4 is another one that kind of, um, I don't know if you've seen the trailer of Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
I did, yeah.
That one looks pretty good. And then Onimusha. So we got a couple games over there, samurai games, slice and dice.
Yeah. So whichever one's on Game Pass for the free ski, sign me up. So
That
did you see
sounds
that
like
solo
it.
leveling game? Solo leveling Overdrive?
Yeah, I downloaded the demo. I haven't played it yet, but I did download the demo. I don't know if it's gonna be like a gotcha game. I think it's gonna be a mobile game too, because I seen it on my phone. You could download Solo Leveling and Rise on the phone right now. So I don't know if it's like a port of that game, but I'm gonna check it out. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, I like Solo Leveling enough. I definitely am on record saying I don't really like anime games like that because they're usually like, I want just like a chill action RPG anime game, and it's saying this is an action RPG, but I mean, we'll see if it's any good. There are actually some crazy spoilers in this trailer. I don't know if you should go back and watch it, but I was like, dang, they giving stuff away. Because the anime hasn't covered some of this stuff yet. So I was like a little bit surprised that they were spoiling things, but when you think about it, like I
Mhm.
mean, what else would they have put in the trailer? I mean, maybe up to season two stuff, but to show off
As
some of the things that he can do, in the future, that
so
was
as a
kind of
person
sucked.
who as a person who like didn't I wasn't fully caught up and I saw that trailer, I it didn't like yeah, it's probably spoiling some stuff, but you don't know what it is. So,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it's
Don't
not
let
gonna stay in
curiosity
my
get the
memory.
best of
Like,
you.
I can't remember any of the stuff that happened in that trailer besides him summoning demons. But I knew that already. Or no. Oh yeah, now I remember. He like he was covered in that armor, like in the trailer. So yeah, got it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I mean, from the looks of this, it looks like it's because usually anime is like just a one of them. I don't even know how to describe it, but like, what's the one game? Dynasty Warriors? Like the One Piece games are
Mhm.
usually like that, where it's like you're just fighting mobs of enemies and you're taking out hundreds of people with one swing. Like I don't like those kind of games, so I wanted like a more strategy based type of game. But it also says four-player co-op, which is very interesting to me because it looked like all four players were Sung Jin
Yeah,
Woo.
I was gonna say this one gave me more like what did you just compare it to?
Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Diablo is what I was
Okay.
thinking. That's the like the more co-op, like not top-down view, but like that style. Like you might have some skills and like you fighting a boss or you could do raids and fight a big boss together, something like that. I don't know.
Mm. It's
But we
coming
shall
fall
see.
2025, so it's right around the corner, really. Or the Xbox PC version, actually, at least. Xbox Series X and S, and then the cloud versions are coming in 2026 sometime. So it'll take a little bit longer to get to those platforms. But as far as on PC, hopefully it's Game Pass day one. As I got my fingers crossed, everything Game Pass day one. Um, this I don't know if I would drop 70, even though I like solo leveling so much. I'll probably have to see more for it to drop a hot 70
It's
on it.
not happening. Not happening.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now.
yeah, I don't have too much faith in anime games that aren't like side fighters. Um, let's see, was it anything else that stuck out?
I mean, they ended it with Call of Duty 7. I mean, I'm not super excited about that. I'm pretty much, we're gonna get another Call of Duty. This game, Clockwork Revolution, went kind of viral after the showcase. It
Yeah,
had a
it looked
pretty good
cool.
showing. The trailer is really, really good. New IP. The graphics look like incredible for the trailer. And yeah, it sounds like it's gonna be something that people are looking to see. Um, we got the Gears of War Reloaded announcement and release date, August 26th, going to PS5. I think the people on Xbox, if you have the Ultimate Gears of War, you get this. You might be able to get this as a upgrade, hopefully. But right now, I think it's ranked number one on the PS5 pre-order chart. I think Death Stranding might be up number two, but I mean, I'm happy for PS5 players be able to get to play these games. Like I'm not mad at it at all. So Grounded 2 looks like it's getting a huge upgrade. I played a little bit of Grounded 1. I'm probably gonna play this one a little bit more. It looks like, you'll be able to get different type of mounts, and they made a whole bunch of different upgrades um that have been asked for from the community. So that's those are pretty much the highlights that I saw.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean it's a whole lot. Also Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate is coming as well. Did it have a date on that? It doesn't look like it. So if
I know
anybody that's
they shadow dropped Final Fantasy 16, 16, 17, I think 16. Yeah, yeah. that day. So we got Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox now. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Let the games be
And they
available.
started off with Outer Worlds 2. So apparently that's a big game they're pushing. I'm not super excited for it, but apparently, that game and the Tony Hawk game. And they had a couple other games in there that, I mean, I'm not super excited for. Oh, there's one, the Blood of the Dawnwalker looks absolutely incredible. So, I mean, and then Mudang Two Hearts, that is an interesting game. It looks like it reminded me of like a combination of Metal Gear Solid and Call of Duty. I don't know. It's like it's a weird like shooter action adventure game. It looks very interesting. I think it's a Chinese developer, North Korean. I forget the developers behind this. I don't want to misquote, but it might be a Korean developer if I'm not mistaken. But this game looks pretty interesting. And then they dropped a teaser of Persona 4 Revival coming, and yeah, the others. That's all I see worth mentioning. It
Yeah,
was a
and
really
then
good
we
showcase.
definitely gotta mention Hollow Knight Silk Song has been officially confirmed. So I know Hollow Knight fans have been for the longest waiting for some sort of news on Silk Song. I think this might be like Xbox's Metroid because the way that Hollow Knight fans talk about Silk Song, I'm like, all right, this I gotta play Hollow Knight at some point because
But
everybody is
you,
on pins
you
and
gotta
needles for Silk
see,
Song.
even though they announced it, it was weird because they announced it in the ROG Ally
Yeah,
Xbox Allies like
they
presentation,
sh
saying like,
they
oh, it's
showed like
gonna
the launch
drop with the
icon. Yeah,
system.
yeah.
So people were like, is it coming out with the system like free on the system? Is it just dropping the same day as the system? Like, how is it related to the system? There was confusion after the showcase. So yeah, the Silk Song people had to come out with a statement saying that they weren't really tied to the Xbox release, but then Phil Spencer did an interview and doubled down on it and said, yeah, we've been working with the developers of Silk Song to make sure that they can run on this device and it's going to be out when the device is out. And I'm like, yo, it's weird how they tied the two together. But yeah, everybody's looking forward to Silk Song. I got Hollow Knight high in my backlog. It's I was gonna play Ori but I might just have to play Silk Hollow Knight, but it's a long game, man. When I looked at it in the store, it had like, where it gives you the hours for
Oh, how
completion. I
long to
think it
beat?
was like
Yeah,
27 or something. And that's
man.
just the main game. With the sides and extras, I think it would hit the 40s and 50s. So
Sheesh. Well, it does say it'll be on Game Pass at launch, so maybe that's what some of the confusion is. But it definitely does look like it's bundled with the Xbox Ally. Let's see. Let's get into some PlayStation news here. So, there's a handheld leak for PlayStation 6. I actually had not seen this.
yeah, they've released some. It's just a leak of what the specs are gonna be.
Mhm.
So they're saying it's gonna have AI upscaling support, 16 gig RAM. Um, it's gonna have a 4 megabyte L2 cache, 16 megabyte MALL cache, um, around 1/3 of the memory bandwidth of the PS5, and a new AMD RDNA5 based architecture. So it's just rumors, nothing confirmed, but it's pretty much a guarantee. I think that PlayStation's coming out with a handheld with their next system, or they're coming out with a handheld, something
Gotcha.
not the port. So
Yeah,
I
I
guess it's a
still
smart
low
move
key open to getting
just
a
to keep
port
up.
too. Yeah, I do think they probably want like a native device now instead of just a remote play type of device. I mean, since
Yeah,
that's pretty much where I think gaming does seem to be headed, is everyone wants to at least have one on the market, and then you still have like your at home on TV type of system. Um, let's
I
see.
still think it's incredible that we went from the portable device being like, we had a GTA for the PlayStation 4 and then a GTA for the portable device that was like not as good. You know what I mean? And now these
Yeah,
portable devices can like play the same games as my console. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Like it's weird. And then it
Yeah.
looks like they're gonna be priced more than the console.
And that's the crazy thing. So I think I'm still stuck in the mindset of a portable device being like truly portable versus like some of these devices are massive in the sense that you probably need their own bag for it. Like you can't just pull it out your pocket. Like I can pull my PSP out my pocket and start gaming, or my
Mhm.
Nintendo DS or any of those other systems. So to think like, oh, I got my portable, but like I got to reach in my bag, pull it out, sit down, set up. That to me doesn't really feel portable. Um, but I mean, that's the way these things are headed now. But I mean, I guess phones have gotten bigger over the years, but we got to like the sweet spot in size where, it's not massive, but it's not tiny either. So maybe it'll take some iterations of these quote unquote portable systems to get to the right
I
size.
think I think they're gonna get bigger
Uh, Probably so. At some point, we're going to be carrying around 27-inch
because
screens on it for a portable
yeah,
device.
with all the 4K and variable refresh rates, 120 hertz, people want to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like I like we're gonna get to the size of like you know like the biggest Apple tablet. I could see that being like a size.
easily.
Yeah.
And we're actually not too far away from that, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, I think the ROG Ally is gonna be 7 inches and the biggest one is gonna be 7.4, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, I don't know how much the Steam Deck is, but at least the Steam Deck has OLED, so a lot of people are like, you're gonna price this device more than the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck has OLED, and the rumored price for the Xbox Ally X, they saying that the lowest one is gonna be 600, and the other one's gonna be like 900 or 1,000. So yeah, it's kind of
Man.
to make it a $300 difference, and that's kind of it's kind of crazy
Yeah, you're gonna have to
because you
explain
want
to
to
me what
compete with the
$300
Steam
of what
Deck.
the difference is.
You want to compete with the Steam Deck and the Switch too. That one should be $500. It shouldn't be higher than the best Steam Deck. It should be five
Right.
hundred bucks, and then the bigger one. I know the ROG Ally X is $900 on Best Buy right now, but I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to take a cut and make this one like 700. 800 is too much. 700 or
Definitely.
750. Like y'all are bugging.
Oh, wait, real quick. A word from our sponsors here. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You want to sponsor Blerdsnerds podcast? Be our guest. Hit us up in the email. Shannon, go ahead and link that. All right, let's get back to it. We didn't have any real sponsors. We had a chance. We were inviting sponsors, basically. But yeah, back to this Sony stuff. PlayStation 6 now is top of mind for Sony. They said it's going to be a multi-generational plan for the PS5. Um, PS5 support will continue long into the future. That's basically what they're doing with PS4 right now. They're still dropping PS4 games.
Yeah, so they had their earnings call uh this week, and so they were getting a lot of questions about monetization and how they're doing and stuff like that and their future plans. And apparently there's still a lot of people who haven't upgraded from the PlayStation 4. So they plan to support not only PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but also debut a PlayStation 6 sometime in the near future, but and support all three at the same time, at least until the PS4 people, upgrade and they can kind of wean off that one at least. So yeah, so I mean, surprising and not surprising to hear that people are still on PS4, even though the PS5 is out, and then they're also thinking about the PS6, but not really because
Yeah, it
gaming's
says in here
expensive.
it's a PS6 is expected to launch by 2028 at the latest. So we're 3 years out from a PS6, which means announcements will be coming soon.
Uh-huh.
That's an interesting approach, though, to support three different generations of PlayStation. Because I mean, people are already saying the PS5 has no games, so I'm for sure know they're going to say PS6 has no games if they're still supporting PS4. Because I mean, your hardware capabilities are limited in PS4, so it's basically going to look like mobile games by the time PS6 or whatever next gen starts to come out. If they're optimizing for that system and then they try to port something for PS4, it's gonna look crazy. So,
All right.
but I mean, if you got a PS4 and you are hesitant to get a PS5 or whatever the situation may be, you still will be supported for quite a while.
And not to mention, they want to come out with a console and handheld. So that's 4 devices. And
Yeah,
I
they're
know
gonna be busy over
from
there.
some of the content that I've watched, like a lot of PlayStation fans are like waiting for the PlayStation 5 to be get games, you know what I mean, to for their hardware to be tested and all this stuff. So it's gonna be interesting with the future has in store. And hopefully they decide to put the games on Xbox.
They as many systems they code in for, they might as well. I think we move into a future of everything's just gonna be cloud because they're trying to put everything on everything. It's gonna be hard to optimize for one specific thing if everything is going multi-platform. So, or maybe gaming development software should get to a point where everything can be, pretty much uh optimized for one specific system that can play on everything. But then at that point, will we just have one system to rule them all? Who knows? It sounds like PC.
I
Let
see
the
a
PC players
PlayStation.
handle it.
I see a PlayStation app coming out soon, similar to the Xbox app, I guess you can say, where you can, log into your system, buy games, stream from the cloud, and you'll have your PlayStation library in an app.
I wouldn't doubt it. I had a PlayStation app on my PC at one point. I don't remember what it did though, because I was like, I might as well just get on my PS5. So, um, yeah, that's the latest with Sony. Let's see what Nintendo has going on with the Switch 2. So we're talking backwards compatibility here. Good, bad, bilinear, filtered, ugly. That's what the title of this is.
So
Uh,
yeah, I was watching some content about the Switch 2, and a lot of people are clamoring or surprised about how good the backwards compatibility is. Like people have been just popping in Switch 1 games into the Switch 2 because apparently a lot of people were wanted this device to play their old games because apparently the games didn't run good on the Switch One, the frame rate or whatever the case may be. So to this to the Switch 2's benefit, a lot of games are working really good on the Switch 2, where they're maxing out the frame rate and um, just running smoothly and all that stuff. So there are still games that need to be patched, but like there's a whole spreadsheet online of people like keeping track of which games work well, which games do this, and going through their whole catalog because apparently the Switch on one has like hundreds and hundreds of games for it. So I've just been hearing a lot of good things about the backward compat. So I thought that was a cool thing about the Switch too.
yeah, it is good to hear. I know people were concerned for backwards compatibility for it for sure, and if they would need to upgrade, buy the $10 upgrade packs. A friend of mine, he has a Switch too. He's been playing Cyberpunk. He said it looks and plays great on there. So, um, sounds like the Switch 2 is doing well.
Yeah, I know last week we were like, do they have any other first party games? And I think Mario Kart is the only one. The only games I really hear people talking about is Cyberpunk and Mario Kart. Like that's it.
All right, I'm sure in due time more will start to drop. You got to give it a
Actually
little time.
surprised how many people are playing Cyberpunk because I'm like, Cyberpunk has been out for so long
Right.
and people are like replaying it on the Switch. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah. Or even first time playthroughs.
True.
And then one last thing before we wrap up. So we forgot to get to this in anime, but Dan Dan, the movie is doing quite well in the box office. I don't know if anyone plans on going to see Dan Dan or has seen it already, but it looks like this movie is one of those where it's like the first couple episodes of a new season. So it's not one of those like anime movies. It's the
Mhm.
new age style of anime movie where it's an anthology of just a couple episodes at the start of the season. You get to see it early on. But then it does come back next month sometime. So we won't have to wait too much longer if you don't want to get out to the movies or drop $30 to see this.
Yeah, and apparently it's doing so good. The only movie that did better than it is My Hero. So is saying that it did better than Solo Leveling, the Reawakening movie. So I mean, I guess there's a lot of hype for this show. That's why I was wishing at least it caught one anime of the year. Like it deserved to win something. I don't think it got anything. But
It was some snubbing going on.
after seeing the rest of Solo Leveling, I still feel like the should have got something. But Solo Leveling was it ended on a high note. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. You want to know what's crazy? I actually was jeering in the corner. I was keeping it on the low. But this was the Solo Leveling that was up for nomination was actually the first season. So it wasn't even the second season. People were just off pure hype of Solo Leveling, which means
What
next anime,
that
yeah, next anime awards, it'll be Solo Leveling again, but it'll be the actual second season. So I was, in the corner, Birdman hand rubbing because I was like, oh, y'all don't even know this is for the first season. But yeah, the first season beat out all these shows. I personally would not have voted for the first season of Solo Leveling um, over some of
that's
these
what I was
things,
gonna say.
but
Okay, all right.
yeah. So like when people were saying like, how did Solo Leveling win? Like that's why I wasn't like too upset because I was like, I mean, people are probably thinking of Solo Leveling the whole series and not just the first season. Not that the first season was bad, but the second season they for sure were cooking. That's when like peak hype for Solo Leveling was going on. But then it lined up with the voting for anime awards, so I was like, okay, it's benefiting from people's lack of knowledge here on what they're actually voting for. So. But that's not
Yeah,
to say that they
that
probably
makes
won't do
sense.
it again next year. I mean, they might still do the same thing next year, and still sweep, or maybe not sweep, but win plenty of awards that gets people up in arms about things.
Yeah, I agree with you. If I had it in mind that it was season one, I would definitely assume Dan to take something at
Yeah,
least like split up the awards or something like that. But not to say season one was horrible. Season one was good. It's just the second season is absolutely insane.
yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that take. I know when we were talking about the Anime Awards, you weren't here, and there was a category that Attack on Titan was nominated for, and we
Mhm.
had like a little back and forth about, how should they be even in there or not. But I meant to come back. I was going through the list of awards, and Attack on Titan actually won an award. They won like some cultural impact award or something like that. I forget what it's called. But I meant to, get a laugh from Shannon about that. I'm sure she'll get a kick out of seeing this right now. So
For sure. Well, until the next anime awards hit, I'm sure it'll be some. Oh, every season every year there's going to be snubs, or people feel like they're snubs for their faves. So, but I do want to watch all the ones that were nominated for Anime of the Year this year. So I think have maybe one more to see. I gotta double check that, but
did you see
um
Ninja Kamui?
I did. I was not a fan. I ended up dropping it because it turned into like mechs. So it started off with ninjas, and then they were in like robot
Mhm.
suits, and I was like, all right, man, I don't like robot suit stuff. G Gundam was cool though. I like G Gundam. But
It
I
was
did see
fire.
recently yeah, it got I want to say
Renewed
it
for season
greenlit
two and three,
for
I think.
yeah, 2 and 3. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
somebody likes it. So I mean, good on the Ninja Kamui fans. You guys are getting more of that. I'll probably take a step back. Lazarus, I've been liking a lot, actually. I'm behind, but that one also comes on Toonami / HBO Max. So maybe we'll see if that is nominated next year.
Yeah, I need you to get on to Be Hero X. I need you and Shannon's opinion on this show. I also need y'all to watch Bet because I liked Bet. I thought that show was fire. Live
I'm gonna check
action
out To Be Hero X first, but
Kakegurui. I
yeah.
thought it was fire. It made me go check out the anime a little bit.
Oh, I was just about to ask, did you start watching anime?
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes and I was like, oh, this the chick in the anime is unhinged. She's way more
Absolutely.
like intense than the live action chick. Even though the live action chick, I think she did really good. I really do.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. In my watch backlog, I don't have a whole lot, but I've been letting some of the shows build up so I can binge them. But To Be Hero X sounds like there's plenty of episodes out right now, so I can go ahead and do some binging.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Do we got anything else here before we close out?
I think that is it for me.
Likewise, I'll just say play Yasuke, anybody? South of Midnight if you haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, I did play
Games
two
we could.
chapters without the midnight. Yes, I forgot to mention that. So I got four
Oh
more
yeah,
left. I'm on
yeah,
chapter 11.
yeah. You hear
So
that, Shannon?
four more
She was
chapters.
gonna come in ready to shame you.
She said I have 2 weeks though. So that's why I didn't
Yeah,
complete it
yeah.
all
That's
this week.
plenty of time. Yeah.
I got as long as I do 4 chapters this week, we're good.
Wonder if she did any of her pod homework. We'll see next week if she joins us. If she joins
Mhm.
us, there's no
And
telling what
I'm
she'll.
playing Expedition 33. So
Yeah, that's probably all she's been playing. I'm gonna get back on that once I beat God of War. I'm gonna get back to that.
mhm.
But that wraps up another boys' night here. Follow us on all our socials. I'm sure they will be linked here appropriately. And until next time, y'all. See ya.
Peace.